Should you draft Tony Pollard in fantasy football this year? Well, let's talk about it. Man, Tony Pollard has just come all the way around to the point where he's fully adopted the role of Ezekiel Elliott. Tony Pollard was once this guy that we were really excited for as this high-efficiency guy who was kind of stuck behind Ezekiel Elliott in the Cowboys' backfield. And then he got his chance in the Cowboys' backfield, and he was mid. And then he came over to Tennessee, and he was mid, but a little bit better. And now coming into this year, Pollard has no upside, is the thing. He's currently going as the running back 27 and the 74th overall player after finishing as the 21st running back last year. So they are predicting some level of fall off for Pollard, and I think that is relevant because, listen, I'm not in on Pollard this year just because I'm kind of in on Tyjae Spears. I'm staking my flag on Tyjae Spears this year as the younger, more explosive, unproven running back who has higher upside. Pollard doesn't have any upside. Pollard is the quote-unquote safer pick because he showed last year that he was the guy last year in the backfield. But the problem was Tyjae Spears was injured last year, and I think that really hampered his chance of taking over the backfield, where the Titans were also just, a disaster. So they kind of just were like, well, Pollard's out there getting 4 yards a carry, why not? But Pollard is just not a very productive back in general, and there's plenty of opportunity for Tyjae Spears to essentially remove Pollard as the lead back. I mean, when Pollard was a lead back, he's been barely over 1,000 yards, barely averaged 4 yards per carry, and he's averaged about 12.5 points per game, which has finished him about 22nd overall in points per game when he's been a lead back. And I just think that, he's not a bad receiver. He's not a bad touchdown scorer. And he had okay efficiency, but he really relies a lot on carries to get the job done. So regardless, I think, of whether or not Tyjae Spears succeeds, I think that if Tyjae Spears is even a little more involved in this backfield, Pollard's value just plummets because he's not going to have the volume. So I think that Pollard is just not a viable fantasy option this year, and Tyjae Spears might not be either, but I'd rather go with Tyjae Spears being the Bucky Irving to Pollard's Rachaad White than pick Rachaad White. And if you're looking at other guys going around Pollard, I think that they'll also have higher upside. I mean, DeAndre Swift is just Pollard with no competition. Travion Henderson is the guy trying to take Pollard's job. And Isaiah Pacheco is, higher upside, lower floor, but, he has a better chance of being something productive, while as opposed, I feel like Pollard only has the chance of falling off. So I'm really not into Pollard this year. I think that he's all risk, no reward, and I'm going to give him a grade of D+.